Okay. I'll let everybody know.
Hey Tracy,
Hey there.
how you doing?
Not bad.
Good, good.
How about you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Good.
Sure. I hope my internet connection is good enough. I just outside school. I got the to pick up my son at 4:30, so I'm on my mobile network.
Well, it's nice that you can do that, right?
Yeah,
So we're getting some nice traction on the um, CICD cybersecurity working group.
yeah, that's great. It's really good. So, is there a new meeting? The next meeting coming up? Is it
It's the first Tuesday of the month, so it should be next week.
okay? Okay, good. Yeah, I'd like to be there this time. Yeah, I really hope. I mean, that's a really good initiative, and hopefully it will help bring in more people um, around CDF as well.
Yeah, the a couple of folks from the CICD, Brian Dawson and Jude Wellington, they used to be pretty involved with, they used to be CloudBees employees. They want to kind of invigorate the Jenkins meetups. And they want to do it around the three phases. So I stood up a, uh, a website
Yeah, I saw that.
and I defined it as three phases. I tried to get out of dev test prod kind of phases because, if you deploy, you still have to test after you deploy. So I called them code and pre-build, build and deploy, and post-deploy phases. So they want to
Mhm.
do a series of meetups around those three phases, which would be interesting, I think.
Yeah, that's good. Cool. Is that going to be like virtual meetups?
No,
Or
they
is
want to
it?
do them in person. They want to do one in, I think they want to do the first one with virtual access in San Francisco, the second one in Austin, and the third one in DC.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's good.
Hey, Mark, so you
I'm
were right. We froze. We got so cold. I'm like, Mark, jinxed us. It's like 11, it's like -5 out.
Right, exactly. So Andrea, just to give you a sense in your form of temperature measurement, we had a record temperature in my area of negative 20 degrees C.
oh wow, oh, that's pretty cold.
and 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 we were getting worse than it is. This is a record cold from when we've started taking records in my little community where I live back in 1989. It's not a record-breaking cold for the records we have for the original pioneer settlement where they've been taking temperature readings since 1898 or something. But but
Okay.
it's cold. It's been
Yeah.
cold.
Yeah, we were
How
like
was
minus 15. We were like
you were
minus
minus
15.
15 Fahrenheit?
No,
Minus
Celsius.
Oh, so okay.
So
Yeah,
like
because
-5 Fahrenheit.
yeah, see, we got to minus 18 Fahrenheit. It's like,
That's
oh my
insane.
sakes, that's cold. That
That's
is, it's just that's so cold. You hardly want to breathe. That's so cold.
You
Yes.
can't breathe. I couldn't breathe. And I was like, oh my goodness, I have to
How,
go out and feed horses and clean
yeah,
stalls.
that was my worry is how did your horses do at that cold a temperature? Were they okay?
Well, both of them are old. We double
Right?
blanketed the one that doesn't have a lot of hair. The German horse, he's pretty okay, but we did put a
Hmm.
blanket on him, but they were so irritated.
Of
That was the
course.
best way to describe it. They were just irritated.
Exactly. Get out of my
All
face, you
the
bitter cold. Sorry, Andrea. We'll stop talking about horses and cold. It's time for the meeting.
Yeah, no worries. That's a really good topic. But let me um, see if I can share my
Now, Andrea, I've not been following the nominations. Have you been
notes.
nominated to lead the talk for the future, or do I need to submit the nomination?
Not yet. But yeah, if you would like to submit the nomination, by all
Will, will,
means,
will
please.
you accept the
Uh,
nomination if I submit it? Okay,
yeah,
you'd be
yeah, I
willing.
would
Great.
accept
All
it
right, so
if you
I will
submit it.
submit it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
no, thank you. Hi, Jason. Thanks for joining. Okay, I would say let's get started then. You're a small group today, but yeah, we have just a couple of things on the agenda, and then we can discuss other topics if you have any. I have a hard cut at the half an hour. I need to get my son from school. So yeah, if the meeting is still going, I'll just have to drop at that time. Sorry about that. And uh, oh yeah, so feel free to sign yourself in here in the list. So welcome everyone to the meeting. Um, so TOC chair election that you just mentioned, Mark. Thanks for that. So Michelle sent an email to start the nomination. Hopefully you've all seen it. And she set up a GitHub issue. Here is the link. So if you would like to nominate yourself or nominate someone else on the TOC, please do so. So candidates, of course, are members of the TOC only. And until the election is over, I will continue to serve as chair, of course. Um, yeah. Any question about the elections? No. So we discussed in the past about the meeting time. So I asked Michelle to set it up as a meeting in LFX. So she's going through the attendee list to make sure no one is missed and while setting up the meeting. And so the next meeting will start with the next meeting. So in 2 weeks from now, we'll start with the new time, which is Wednesdays, 5 p.m. UTC. And yeah, yeah. And project updates we discussed a couple of weeks ago. We set a target date for Q1 updates of March the 1st. So if you're involved in any project, please make sure to remember the project to provide the updates, SPRs via the usual means. Okay, just keep going on with the agenda. So we have SIG updates, CICD cybersecurity. Maybe Tracy, you would like to bring some updates here, what you were mentioning earlier.
Yeah, so we've had sort of a steady drip of people joining the group, which is pretty exciting. We stood up a website and I defined the phases of CICD cybersecurity into 3 groupings, one being code and pre-build steps, the second being pre-build and deploy steps, and the third being post-deployment steps. The website, it's very, we actually copied the CI/CD best practices website. I just brought it down and updated it so it is going to basically be CI/CD cybersecurity information. So it has it's doxy with, you know, a Hugo server. So there's really only 2 or 3 main website pages, and the rest is the documentation. The team has added some tools in there in the phases. So I think we're off to a pretty good start. As I was mentioning to Andrea before we started talking about weather, the Jude Wellington and Brian Dawson are going to try to stir up the Jenkins meetups again, bringing cybersecurity into the forefront as a way to sort of re-engage the Jenkins audience. They're looking at doing potentially 3 in-person meetups that will also be held online for the 3 phases, the first being in San Francisco, the second being in Austin, and the third being in DC. So that is what the team is working on. So we have sort of 2 teams. We have a group of people who are more technical, who have started to look at the problem, and then the outreach folks who really want to re-engage the Jenkins community around this. So all good. I think it's gotten, compared to other SIGs that I've worked on, I think it's gotten quite a bit of attention so far. We did get a blog out. The blog went out maybe 3 weeks ago to announce it. And I've been social networking it. So please do, if you have a lot of followers, it'd be helpful.
So can you point a link to that so that I could share announcement on my channels?
Sure, that would be great.
Great, thanks. And I'm still exploring. We don't have an answer yet from Alpha Omega. They're still deciding what they will or won't fund in 2025. But one of the proposals that I submitted was a sponsored writing project to document some of these cybersecurity practices in a Jenkins context. So the idea was take one or more of the tutorials that Darren Pope has done on how do you generate an SBOM in Jenkins and turn it into a written documentation page. I've got a contractor that's interested in working on it, but I don't yet have funding. So, and nothing particularly to the cybersecurity SIG, just be aware that I'll keep you informed if we get funding for it, then we'll announce it happily.
So I'm putting in the chat the link to the blog that should give everybody the information, and then I'll also put it in the doc.
Great, thank you.
Thanks. Do you have a link to the website as well?
Yep, I'll do that as well.
Thank you. Yeah, and thanks for driving this. It sounds like a really great initiative. And yeah, it's pretty good to see people, you know, joining in and discussing this and setting up meetups, and so yeah,
I think it's
pretty good.
I think it's great to. I'd love to see the Jenkins community, you know, kind of get re-engaged. I feel like we've been missing out on them.
Yeah. All right.
Here.
So best practices, who can reach out to Terry? This is about whether the best practices is still active, I guess. There was some chat about that.
I'd be happy to talk to him. I just don't have his contact info. I did attend that meeting twice and there was nobody there.
Right. Oh, I thought I sent you his email address, but I'll okay. Let me.
If I did get it. Let me look real quick. Maybe you did.
Sorry.
I don't see it.
Is it? Just a second. I'll try to find it so that I don't forget again. Then. Okay, so Okay. So where is the best place? Okay, I sent you a message on Slack.
Oh, you
On
did
the-
in Slack? No wonder. I'm sorry. I'm a terrible slacker.
No, I just sent it. Don't worry.
Really slack at Slack. You know, we have everybody in Discord, so I look at Discord, but I have been looking at the CICD cybersecurity ones. I just don't do it as, I'm terrible at Slack.
You got it now.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Anything else on SEEK updates or?
I just was gonna question, just for a second, is anybody going to be attending the member summit in, I think it's in, I don't know,
March
in
in
San
Napa?
Francisco in March? Yeah, in Napa, thank you. That's where it's at. I can remember.
So Basil Crow will be attending for the Jenkins project. I won't be there.
How about, are we going to be doing anything in terms of a in-person meeting then? Oh, what the heck did I just do? At in June.
In June?
Open
Oh,
source
in
summit
Denver?
Oh,
Denver.
so I will definitely be in Denver in June. Absolutely.
So if you know, I always try to get us all together for these, and it's
Right.
actually a lot of fun. So if I think that we should start finding out if any of us are going to be. I know it seems like it's a long
Well,
way
and
away, but it's March
I would
already.
love to,
You
I would
know?
love to have Member Summit have Basel attend any group meeting that you're interested in doing. If you're going to be at Member Summit, I would love for you to meet up with Basel, to meet him, to be able to talk with him. He's a Jenkins board member, big contributor, so it would be great to have you involved.
Okay. I will keep that in mind. I haven't decided if I'm going or not. It's a long way to get there. I have to fly into San Francisco, then it's an hour drive out to Napa. I'm I'm not that ambitious to go to Napa, so
Oh, go on. It's a lovely drive, and wine country, and that part of California is beautiful. You should go.
I was
It's
raised in California. I know how beautiful it is. I don't drink wine, and I've been there many times.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'd only been there once. Last year it was a great trip. They rented
Yeah, it
me
is pretty up there,
it is.
but I don't know. Especially if I plan on going to any of the Jenkins meetups in Austin and DC and San Francisco. So it's yet to be determined because I think I'd like to go to those if instead. I think it'd be important to have somebody from the TOC there and somebody, and since I'm writing this stuff. So
Mhm.
that's how I'm thinking about. But I would like to do something in June. So if we could just keep that in mind as we get closer.
Yeah, and I promise I have every intention of being there because it's so close to me. Right? I'm only
Yes.
an hour's drive away from the venue, so I'll plan to be there submitting a talk
Cool.
proposal, etc.
Cool. And that's all I have then.
Thanks. Yeah, I won't be at the Linux Foundation Member Summit either, but I might be at in Denver.
Well, then we
So
probably
I'll
should
try
think
to be
about,
at least.
yeah, let's try to do something in Denver then. Denver is so much easier to get to.
Not for me.
Way easier. Really? I guess flying
Uh,
direct, can't you get direct flights to Denver?
uh,
You should be able to.
maybe,
Yeah,
maybe.
Denver's got a huge airport.
You, yeah.
Yeah, might be. You're right. I
It,
need to check.
it may not be a common destination for you, Andrea, but there certainly are plenty of flights from London's airports to Denver.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. All right, well, thank you all.
Yeah, there are just a couple of things. That added to the notes into the blog for the Data Ops Initiative launch. They do before CDCon, and so this is something that I will relay to the CD events project. I think it's a good idea. And also a reminder that CDCon CFP is open if you want to submit your talks. And that the Jenkins Contributor Summit is happening in 3 days in Brussels, 1 day before FOSDEM. And also 3 months Jenkins project with Alpha Maker completed. This was you, Mark. I think you read this.
Correct. Yeah. So really pleased with both those results. Software in the Public Interest has funds available from long ago for the Jenkins project that they wanted to get out of their books because they haven't been the home for the Jenkins project trademark ever since CDF started. So they've agreed to fund these travelers, and that's great. And Alpha Omega funded 2 contract programmers who did really great work on content security policy. So 40 most popular plugins, 40 of the very popular plugins have been revised. Very nice.
Wow, 40 plugins. That's pretty good. Okay, then that's all for today, unless anyone has anything else.
I came in late. Did we go over all the project updates or anything? I apologize. I may have missed that.
Well, we've got a note that says that they're due by March 1st, Jason. So
Okay.
I'm going to use the Jenkins Contributor Summit as my excuse to assemble the update for Jenkins so that I can have it ready to submit on time for the March 1st date.
Okay, good. Thank you. I missed that. I'll get a update worked on shortly. Actually, Jenkins is on one of our lists. We found Jenkins QIDs were longs, not ints, and it broke Spinnaker integration with Jenkins.
Oh, interesting.
Oh,
Our QIDs are we just had GitLab do that to us where they switched from an int to a long. I didn't know we were using longs. Impressive. Okay.
Yeah, we didn't either. Apparently it's the CloudBees derivative of Jenkins in HA mode. So
Different beast. Okay, right. Got it.
which I equate to Jenkins because the API is,
As you should.
yeah.
Yep.
All right, that's good. Thanks. March 1st. I need to work on that.
thanks, Jason. Appreciate it. And good to see everyone. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Andrea.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.